Michelle, we're live. Thank you very much for joining me today. This is Real World SaaS Sales. I'm Gareth. Michelle, please introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. I'm Michelle. I am a sales development representative at a known company. I'm here with Gareth to uncover all of the hurdles that we come across being in SaaS sales and how we're going to tackle those and, get better at our jobs.
Absolutely, and I am at the same very cool unknown company, and I'm a salesperson at that company. I'm also looking after two very disobedient puppies who will be featured in later episodes. So we thought we would take a moment out of our busy sales day because, very frankly and very honestly, we've had some brilliant weeks doing sales. But this week we didn't, did we? We kind of struck out a bit, not completely. This was the first week I beat you, Michelle. I'm very pleased to say that. So, but it was a bad week. And so we were thinking about new tactics, new ideas. And during that process, we thought we'd train anyone who wants to listen, who needs to know how to do better sales for their business. We thought we'd train you in the art of SaaS sales. So that's why we're making this video today. Anything you want to add to that, Michelle, or shall I share my screen? What do you think?
Yeah, no, go ahead, share your screen. I'm really excited to be talking about different ideas on how we're going to get better.
Excellent stuff. I will share this screen here. So, one of the tools we wanted to start with, we use lots of tools. LinkedIn Sales Navigator, an excellent tool. I've used in the past, and I know Michelle has as well, some interesting sequences, emailers, Zoom Info. Michelle, in the past, I think you used something which does dialing, so there's increasing automation. But something that both of us are using now is, and the first thing we wanted to introduce is Apollo IO. And we've been using this to build our ICP lists, our ideal customer profile lists. And we've just found it to be a very powerful tool. So we thought we might go ahead and show the billions of viewers how to do this very esoteric function. Michelle, anything you want to add to that?
No, I think that Apollo has been such a great discovery for me. It's such a great tool. I love all of the data that they have because they have a high percentage of the data that's very accurate as opposed to other tools that may look like there's many people, emails, phone numbers, and it's not always accurate. And I'm dialing away each and every day, and I constantly find myself getting the right cell phone numbers, especially, which is very difficult to do. So I love Apollo.
Yeah. Apollo has been a really powerful tool. It's essentially what they've done is they've stitched together the power of building lists like you can do in LinkedIn, but they have more filters. They've got more data with the ability to email these people and set up sequences. Sequencing we'll cover in another episode. It's where you send a series of emails to people in the hope of attracting their attention, taking people on a bit of a journey, informing them about your business and the value that you're offering, and overall trying not to seem too salesy, as I might be coming across now, and Michelle's doing a much better job of it than me. But nevertheless, so there are many processes that we use, so we thought we'd take a moment to show you Apollo and how you can build an ICP list in Apollo. So I've come here. This is only going to take 5 minutes. Obviously, you can go deeper and deeper and deeper. And we really recommend when you first build your ICP lists, you really do so in a way where you're very careful about the input data that you use. So you end up cleaning lists and really verifying. And for example, Michelle and I, when we do consulting for companies that we work for, we've got all sorts of ideas about setting up separate domains, increasing your email send in safe and effective ways, making sure that your email's set up properly so your DKIMs, your SPFs, and your DMARCs are all optimized to maximize your delivery. That's for another day. Let's get into it for building an ICP list. So, Michelle, would you like to pick the audience, imagining that we're selling to? Who should we be selling to today?
How about we do Chief Information Officer?
Chief Information Officers. So that's a great title, and very often we have found ourselves just gravitating towards titles. So we go Chief Information Officer, also known as a CIO. Now, I do believe that Apollo does a very good job of connecting CIOs to Chief Information Officers. And so we can sort of see that here, that it's saying that there's 76,000 records. We can also just add CIO, just to be sure. Yes, 76,000 records. So the next thing that we've tended to gravitate towards is location. And Michelle and I, we straddle the US. You'll have to guess who's on East Coast, who's on West Coast, who looks the healthier. That's the clue. So I thought maybe we'd go right in the middle. How about Austin, Texas? I've heard good things. So Chief Information Officers in Austin, Texas. 377 records. I really recommend, depending on the sort of product or service that you're selling and the stage that you are of your business, there are many tight tests that you can do to sharpen your message, see what response rates you're getting. And again, we'll go into this. This is going to be a series from the Real World SaaS sales crew, Michelle and I. We'll show you how to do this, how to think about your go-to-market, how to really address these audiences. But this is a good initial list. This is Chief Information Officers who are based in Austin, Texas. Now, the beauty of Apollo is it collects a lot of data about these companies. For example, employee counts. So, for example, if your product or service tends towards smaller accounts, that's where you think the reception would be. Perhaps your technology's in the earlier stages, you don't want to deal with the information security teams and very difficult legal negotiations, and you've got maybe quite a simple point solution, something that can be bought individually. Maybe a smaller company would be suitable. These are all little pointers and ideas to think about and really get into the mind of your buyer and test out the audience and what you're saying to them. So in this case, I'm going to go from the very, very tiny, we'll stay above 1 to 10, 11 to 1,000 employees. And you'll see that Apollo is filtering the list. And now we've got a list of 177 people. The power of Apollo is, well, it's manifold actually. But for example, here, we can now export this list. Mm-hmm. Once I've selected records, user error, people, I can select this page. Yes. So in this particular version of Apollo that we're looking at here, this is the free version. So there are limits on the number of people I can select. If you go for the paid version of Apollo, and frankly speaking, given the value it adds, it's got a dialer in there, it records all your phone calls, it's got sequences in there, and it's got emails and cell phone numbers in there. I think that the price of Apollo, which I believe, don't quote me on this, and it changes all the time, of course, because who knows when you're watching this, evergreen content. It's about $300 to $400 a month, and that will get you 3 seats. So you're talking about, what is it, $133 a month per seat. So in this case, I can just select 25. And if I do select that, yes, this is an interesting feature. Actually, something I want to point out. In this case, it's good to have this set to 1 because we're looking at CIOs in particular. But in some cases, we might look at CIOs, CTOs, CROs, CEOs, founders, heads of sales, VP of sales, so on and so forth. And you don't want to fill up your email cadences with 100 people from the same company. So this is a nice idea. You can select just 1 person or 2 people or 3 people per company, especially if you're going for small companies. 3 might be a nice number. So that's a great example here. So here I'm going to select all the people and it's asking me to upgrade. The point is that on the Pro version, you can absolutely do that. We could get into the pricing, but we can select a few people and we can begin to export the lists. And we can export the lists. We can grab the mobile numbers. That's going to be a paid plan. And what we've found is having the combination of emails going and cold calls, that's the best combination to get responses from people. So for today, in this free version of Apollo, we'll come back to you with the full version, we promise, guys, is we've got a ICP list that we built in a very simple way. We decided on the title, we decided on the location, we decided on the size of the company. With Apollo, there's a tremendous number of other features that which are available in the paid version, and they're very interesting signals. Job postings, you can sense if the company is hiring or not. That could be a good signal for you. Funding stages, Series A, Series B, seed round, whatever it might be. There's different ways to look at this. We really would recommend that Apollo is a great tool for building your lists. And in the next version, in the next episode, I suppose, can we call these episodes, Michelle? Maybe we can.
Yeah.
We
will
show you
these are episodes.
Yeah, these are episodes. And I mean, the master cold caller is Michelle. In the next episode, we'll probably show you that. But that's how to use Apollo to build an ICP. Anything you want to add for this one, Michelle? I felt like I talked too much in this one. I'm sorry, everyone. It won't always be like this. Anything you want to add?
No, I think you brought up some really great points. And in our next episodes, we can get more into how you can utilize each and every feature of Apollo. Apollo does a really great job tracking all of the efforts that you've put into each and every prospect and future tasks that you want to set too. So I look forward to doing that.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining with me today, Michelle. I look forward to doing many more of these with you for real world SaaS sales. Thank you.
Thank you, Gareth, and thank you everyone for watching.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.